Yagore is attacker role with high attack and low defense stat. His skill Dispel buff, which include damage share and reduced defense 50% and healing 50%. Dispel plus reduced defense 50% is a decent combo for attacker to deal some decent damage. His skill also inflict Eldrich Touch for 4 turns and deal damage in 6 hits. Eldrich Touch will increase 1 stack when takes skill damage, up to 20 stacks. When 20 stacks reach, it will deal 150% damage per stack. Passive, end of turn deal damage equal to 60% of Yagore max HP in 3 hits. If the enemy has Eldritch Touch, inflict 3 more stacks. Now let's see Yagore +0 in action and how he can inflict Eldritch Touch. Yagore +0. Yagore casts skill on Mesenket. How many stack of Eldritch Touch he can inflict? 0 stack because Mesenket is shielded and she receives no skill damage. Elaine casts skill and break shield of Mesenket and her skill hit her 4 times, hence 4 stacks of Eldritch Touch. Z's skill is normal attack damage. It is not skill damage, hence it will not increase any stack of Eldritch Touch. Mesenket has lowest HP, so at end of turn will inflict 3 more stacks of Eldritch Touch. Now Yagore, Elaine, and Molly will cast skill on Mesenket again. As Mesenket is lowest HP, at end of turn will inflict 3 stacks of Eldritch Touch on her. Now we have 12 stacks of Eldritch Touch. Elaine will cast skill, and then Yagore will cast skill after that, and we can see the damage when it reaches 20 stacks of Eldritch Touch. $25927 extra damage deal when it reaches 20 stacks, not too bad. Another thing that is not shown here is if the enemy is left with 1 HP and immune to death, further skill damage received will not further increase Eldritch Touch stack, as the enemy is basically taking 0 skill damage because HP does not reduce anymore. Let's talk about Yagore +1. Yagore +1, after Green Hero casts skill, increase enemies with Eldritch Touch receive 3 more stacks. After Eldritch Touch deal damage, if enemy HP is lower than 20%, execute that ignore immunity to death. Let's see how Yagore execute works. Yagore +1. Yagore will cast skill on Mesenket followed by other green heroes. 8 stacks after Yagore casts skill. 3 more stacks added after Z casts skill. Even his skill is normal attack damage. 17 stacks now, which mean next green hero cast skill will deal 20 stacks of extra damage on Mesenket. Let's see how much damage and will it execute Mesenket. Unfortunately, HP does not drop below 20% HP and hence no execute. Mesenket is killed, not executed. Next, let's focus on Tesseron. Yagore cast skill on Tesseron. Now with each green hero, cast skill increase 3 stacks of Eldrich Touch. It is easier to stack to max 20 stacks.
Listen to the sound of nature. Let all things return to God.
It is 19 stacks now. Next green hero will detonate the enemy. Will Tesseron be executed?
My brain never escapes me.
Yes, 67475 extra damage when reaching 20 stacks, and the damage execute Tesseron. Now let's focus on Love Boo. Yagore cast skill on Love Boo.
My brain never escapes me.
16 stacks now. Next green hero cast skill will detonate extra damage on Li Boo.
Listen to the sound of nature.
18k extra damage from reaching 20 stacks. Eldritch Touch, and it execute LV Boo.
Listen to the sound of nature.
Next, let's talk about more aspect of Yagore execute. Since we know at 20 stacks, Eldritch Touch detonate and the damage dealt an enemy is below 20%, HP will execute the enemy. How about below 20 stacks?
Listen to the sound of nature. In Naya's name. God will survive you this My brain
Now Harith HP is below 20%. If Yagore uses skill on Harith, will it execute Harith? No, even it is below 20% HP, Yagore cast skill will not execute the enemy straight away like how Aurelia execute works.
Let all things return to God. Listen to the sound of nature. Listen to the sound of nature.
Now it is 17 stacks and Harith is lowest HP, which mean Yagore passive will add 3 more stacks and detonates Harith. Will this execute Harith even Yagore is still unconscious? Yes, Harith is executed even Yagore is unconscious as long as the enemy gets 20 stacks Eldritch Touch and enemy HP is below 20%. Yagore exclusive weapon increase his mana gain 60% by 50% chance for 2 turns. It is okay weapon for him, but his defense is low, so shield weapon will be much better for him, especially if he just +1. At higher awakening +5, it is even easier to get Eldritch Touch on enemy, hence this weapon is even less useful. Yagore at +0 is difficult to stack his Eldritch Touch because 1. If enemy is shielded and damage does not reduce enemy HP, there will not be any stack. 2. If enemy is left with 1 HP, further skill damage will not stack any Eldritch Touch 2. 3. Normal attack damage skill like Z will not increase stack 2. However, when Yagore is +1, it is easier to stack Eldritch Touch because any green hero skill can just increase 3 stacks of Eldritch Touch, and hence easier to reach 20 stacks to detonate it on enemy, and if enemy HP is below 20%, execute the enemy. Execute does not just execute the enemy when HP is below 20% and have to reach 20 stacks of Eldritch Touch in order to execute the enemy. At times, it can be tricky. At +1, he is a decent damage dealer. Recommendation: free to play and budget player. If your main color is green and you have good green hero like Z and Molly, it is good to get Yagore to +1. For Yagore to work, we need green stone creator, so Yagore and all other green heroes can cast skill to increase Eldritch Touch efficiently. Other color player can skip this hero,